Goeiemorgen mensen. Okay, this is just a quick update video because I haven't shown you the LM section in a while. It's been looking pretty crummy because I've just been ignoring it since getting back from vacation, and I didn't really do much before vacation anyway. So I've given it a tall mow, literally the highest setting on the mow itself, and I'm a little bit disappointed. Let me show you something here quick. This whitish looking junk over here, that is kikuyu. My beloved purebred LM has now been corrupted by the flippin' loner grass kikuyu. And look what it does. Because the kikuyu is now being growing taller in and amongst my LM, trying to find the light, even mowed at the tallest setting, I've got this white stompy discoloration because I've chopped all of these blades in half. And obviously my mower blade's blunt, so disregard that for now. But that is not good aesthetically. The next thing is, I don't know how the heck I'm going to get kikuyu out of LM. I don't think it's going to happen. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to nurture this a little bit. I'm going to fire it up now with some Novatek N-Max, which is a 24-5-5, so it's high nitrogen granular synthetic fertilizer. Alright, so this is how it looks, and the reason that I'm comfortable with using this particular product is for many reasons. It's very clever technology. Maybe go do a bit of a read up on it, but one of the most important things for me is that this is incredibly soluble, highly soluble, probably the most soluble granular synthetic fertilizer that you've ever seen. Now, why is the solubility even a concern? Well, to some extent, depending on the product, it's not really a concern. But for most guys using granular synthetic fertilizers, especially those that have been literally burnt by it, the fertilizer burn doesn't just come from an over application or an uneven application or just that you've watered a little bit too little upon the initial application. It's because the fertilizers are not very soluble. So some of the cheaper products are built in such a way that it takes a long time for the granule to actually degrade, and that is part of how you get that slow release process. It's not the whole story. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just part of it. So if you can get a highly soluble product like Novatek from Compo-Expert, if I haven't mentioned it, then you get a product that is so soluble that it basically breaks down almost entirely upon that initial watering session that you do. So straight after I put this down, I'm going to water it. That watering session will almost completely dissolve that granule into the soil. And that means that there's no chance that I can get that insanely high concentration of the components on the leaf's surface. So the chance of burn then is minimal. But because it's still synthetic, it starts working immediately. You'll see a result of this product in 1 or 2 days. You'll immediately see growth. And then it has other clever technologies which we won't go into, but for example, nitrification inhibitors. So it's not just that you get this massive dose of nitrogen that goes down in one go and then the plant gets to use it and the rest gets leached out of the soil. Nope. The rest of it sits there and gets held back for a certain time frame. So it means you've got a pretty good result for about 8 weeks, a controlled release for about that time frame, depending on weather and that kind of thing. Maybe 10 weeks, maybe 12 weeks if you've got perfect control, maybe 12 weeks, but a good solid 8 weeks worth of a steady release, specifically in the nitrogen as well. So that's why I'm happy to use it. Anyway, let's get this down and I'll show you the results on another video in a week or two. This is supposed to just be a catch-up. I talk too much. Alright, how's about that? It's just started raining, not on the forecast, not supposed to rain for the next 5 days. But I'll take it. Obviously, just keep in mind, this is now possibly where a mistake can happen. Number one is if it rains just a little bit, like a half a mil or something like that, then there's a chance that you might get fertilizer burn, not just from this product, but obviously from any other product as well. So keep an eye on things. This is why I said it in one of my blogs on my website some time back. Buy yourself a rain gauge. So it's coming down now. So yeah, you have to know exactly how much it's rained. You got to measure your rain via a rain gauge. You can't do a guesstimate. It's impossible to guess how much it's rained. You can ask your neighbor, I suppose, if you really don't want to go buy a rain gauge, but go get yourself one. You'll enjoy it. Keep track of every single rain session. Know how much has gone down in your yard so that you can know how much you need to be watering in the drier seasons more accurately. So anyway, I'm going to keep tabs on my rain gauge out that side of the house to make sure I definitely get in 2, 3, 5 mils of water. If I get 1 or less, I come back out here with the hose and I water this all in. Anyway, hope you found that useful. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.